Guys, deluded, I'm back again. A few hours ago, obviously, well, I say a few hours ago, it's night time now. We saw, obviously, England beat Panama. Great result for the boys. Great result, fantastic result. 2 games, 6 points. Put ourselves in a good position going into the final game against Belgium on next week. And well, this week coming, last great game week of last game of the group stages. So it's a good position for England to be in. Obviously, expectations with the nation are at all time low, so optimism with every win is going to be very high, and we need to keep balance because on one hand we're doing much better than we expected and than a lot of critics gave us, but on the other hand you need to quantify it. If this was any other nation, I don't know, the Spaniards, the Brazilians, the Germans, would we be getting running ahead of ourselves if they beat Tunisia and Panama? No disrespect to the sides. There's no easy games at the World Cup. Everybody got there for a reason. Within reason, I say that there clearly are easy games, but people wouldn't get ahead of ourselves. So yeah, man, against Panama, it's a weird one, man, because we started off. I felt we gave them a bit too much respect and credit to Panama. Really, they were playing football and that they were trying to get it moving. Obviously, the golf in talent, in class, in professionalism and all these things were in England's favour. So it was a matter of time before England scored. Obviously, apart from probably the first 10 minutes where Panama, I'd say, weren't in it, but they were trying to play. We got on top of them. We got on top of them. We had penalty shouts and free kicks not given when they should have been given. How the ref? I don't know how some of them Panama play. I don't know how there wasn't a red card in that game because they did not come to play football. They came to rough people up and all of them things, man. So it's a nice win, man. I've actually lost count of how many goals went in. What? Stones got two, so that's two. Kane got a hat trick, five. Obviously Lingard scored, so it was six, right, people? Forgive me if I'm wrong. So it's about 6 goals. So there's no need to talk about all of them. Clearly, it was a lovely game. Set pieces. I mean, credit where due. Lovely set piece work, especially the first ones. Fair enough, we scored two, I believe, technically, but the first, in my opinion, well, the only one, if you want to class it as that, Stones is one. That was a lovely, from the ball to the emphatic header. If you remember, Stones almost scored a header like that in the first game. But for me, it's the practice that went behind it. I know Phil Neville was getting gas saying it's the goal of the tournament. That's excitement, and that's just wrong, and you need to calm yourself down. But just to see like the calculatedness, the ball comes in, it's a lovely ball, it's a lovely header. You're seeing Ashley Young, Kane, and all of these people blocking off other defenders and blocking off defenders so they can't get a run up and clear it. It's a lovely goal, man, and normally England are on the receiving end of them sort of goals or and whatnot. So it was a lovely goal. Nice for Stones to get 2 goals. He's got his critics. Disappointing that Sterling couldn't score, given the backdrop of his England tournament. Obviously, it's lovely for Kane to step up and get a hat trick. He's the first England player to get a hat trick since Gary Lineker at the World Cup, I believe. First England player to bag a brace in a minute. Obviously, him, he must be looking at it. That's what 5 from 2. Imagine that's better than Rooney. To be fair, I heard Stones has more goals at World Cup competition than Wazza as well. It's ridiculous at times, man, how good Wazza could be, but that it makes him look rubbed when you look at that. So yeah, man, what can you can't complain. I mean, got 5 or 6 goals. I mean, I lost count. Kane a hat trick. Englishman got a hat trick. Confidence is high. 2 games, 6 points against Belgium. Going into Belgium. It's a good place to put yourselves in. Complacency is key. It is key. Avoiding complacency, better yet, is key. We can't get complacent. Again, because it's only Tunisia and Panama. If we're being honest, these are not good enough sides to be getting gassed off. We beat Belgium, who may rest players. Then fair enough. And Belgium looked very good against Tunisia. So we'll see how that goes. But in short, the set piece goals were lovely. I liked how we played. I liked the fluidity. Trippier did alright for me. He stood out a bit. Centre mids weren't glamorous, but I felt they did their thing. Bit disappointing probably not to get a clean sheet, switching off towards the end, a bit of complacency and stuff. And if I'm Pickford, I'm going mad, to be fair, of not getting a clean sheet. But it is what it is. How can we not talk about Lingard's goal? My word. Firstly, the play between everybody involved was lovely. Sterling and Lingard then in particular. It's a lovely layoff. And Lingard, that's a contender for goal of the tournament. It'll probably be lost because there'll be games with more contents or more importance or whatnot. But that's definitely up there, man. I mean, you've seen that. You've seen Xhaka. You've seen Son, Ericsson, Nacho, Coutinho, Quintero's free kick, Golovkin's free kick, Ronaldo's free kick. There's been a few bangers in this, and Lingard's one's definitely up there. Top bins, no chance, brother. And we've all dreamed of scoring a goal at the World Cup for England in a playground and stuff like that. And he's done it. I like Ferdinand said, a generation of young fans will remember that. In fact, we'll all remember that. A great goal is a great goal, to be fair. And football's coming home. What can I say? We're winning the World Cup, innit? If Brazil don't win this thing, England can win this thing, innit? So there's not much more to be said, man. It's not the way we played in the forward passes, the way we took advantage of the set pieces, the way we sharpshooter Kane getting a hat trick, Lingard scoring a banger, nice little bit of play. Sterling looked decent, but by the same breath, he unlucky not to score. So what can we say, man? We go into Belgium. I hope both sides don't rest players for what it's worth. And if I'm Belgium saying that, I don't know how the yellow card thing works. Does it get banned? Does it get removed after this round and into the last 16? Then fair enough. But if it's not that, I know there's a couple Belgian players that are booked or on bookings and could miss the tournament, the rounds of the tournament. I don't know how it works, but assuming that happens, then they're going to be resting players. If I'm Gareth Southgate, yeah, you could understand the need to rest players, probably freshen, keep maybe let Vardy start, keep Kane's legs fresh or something. Probably maybe take Sterling out the side, maybe a one at max, maybe two changes at the back and things like that, because Belgium might make changes. But by the same logic, you want to keep momentum going. There's enough time between games. It's not like playing in the Premier League where everyone needs a rest. There's enough time between games to get a rest and things. You want to keep momentum. You want to keep playing the strongest team. You want to build togetherness and all of them sort of things there. So I probably play my strongest side I could. Depending on Dele Alli's fitness, probably get him back into the side. I'm not going to lie, Loftus-Cheek did impress me a bit, but I did expect a bit more from him, so I'd probably take him out the side. Rashford is probably pressing to start, but because of the importance of the game of the opposition, again, I probably would start the same lineup per se. But yeah, what can we say, bruv? We put ourselves in a good position, people. My football seems to be coming home, and yeah, bruv, it looks like we're going to the final. We're bringing this home, and Sterling's about to hold the World Cup at some stage, man. But yeah, man. What can we say? Took care of business. There's nothing more to be said, man. England won their game, man. We'll go again. We go again against Belgium. And on that note, guys, deluded. Get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. I'm out.